Hey everyone, and welcome to the 4th episode in my card matching cat game thing tutorial. I'm excellent at these intros. Today, I'm going to be showing how to make the score counter to keep track of how many matches you have, and I'm going to be adding in the mystery cats, which means we'll sadly have to get rid of this top quality 10 out of 10 effect we have right now. When you click on a mystery cat, I'm a mystery cat. And also, this video is sponsored by the subscribe button. Now please hit it. But anyway, let's get coding. Okay, so I have one new sprite, and it is called Score. Within it, I have 1 through 9 in red numbers like this. And then I have the 10th costume, which is a 0. Last but not least, I have 11, which is named Slash, and it's a slash. Now, if you don't feel like making all these numbers, then you can check the link in the description and get my art for this game. Okay, let's start with the score since it's a little bit simpler. I'm going to use the number counter from my number counter 2.0 video. So here's how you make it. You're going to want to drag out a when green flag clicked, followed up by creating a brand new variable called update counter. This is going to keep track of if we need to update the counter, and now make a for all sprite variable called total matches. So in the very beginning, I want it to always update it. So we're going to set update counter total matches +1 forever. If not, update counter equals total matches. Then we're going to broadcast a new message called delete number clones. Now, when I receive delete number clones, we're going to delete this clone. Next, we need to make a custom block that will print out our text. First, click on run screen without refresh and make a block named text with a colon, add an input called text. Now a label called size, a colon, an input called size, a label called x with a colon, an input called x, a label called y with a colon, and an input called y. Last but not least, a label called spacing with a colon, and then an input called spacing. So if you click OK, your block should look something like this. So now we are going to put this right here. The text is going to be join total matches, another join, a slash, and total area. The size is going to be 100, the x is going to be -221, y is going to be -162, and the spacing is 0.13. Okay, now let's actually make this. So we're going to go to x and y, so this will make it go to the spot that we put right here and here. We are going to make a for the sprite only variable called I. Now this is just a temporary variable that we are going to use to loop through all the letters in our text. So we're going to set that I variable to 1 because we want it to start with the very first digit. We're going to set size to the size. Now we are going to repeat the length of text, and it's going to switch to the costume of letter I of text. Then it's going to create a new digit. Then after it does that, it's going to change the x by the spacing times the size, so that way it moves over to the right. And last but not least, it will go to the next digit by changing the I by 1. Now we are going to hide this in the beginning and do a when I start as a clone show, go to front, clear the graphic effects, set the color effect to 115, set the brightness effect to 15, and that will make it actually have some color. So there we go, you can see that it just plops in down here in the bottom left. And I think I made the text a little too big, so let's change the size to 80. Oops, this will still work, but it's really inefficient right now. So we want to set update counter to total matches here. And now we need to reset total matches in the beginning. So go into the cards and put a set total matches to 0 right here. And let's go ahead and change the total matches by 1 right before the delete card inside of the match loop. So now you can see that when we make a match, hopefully, there we go, we get 2 cards. Now let's just make it to where if somehow our number gets too big, it won't let it go past. So let's do a when green flag click forever. If total matches is greater than the total area, then set total matches to total area. So this will make it to where it won't be able to go past the total area. So if we change the total matches by 1, you can see that it keeps going and going and going and going. But once we make it to 24, it won't let us change it anymore. But if we change it by -1, you can see it can go the other way. Okay, so now that we have that, we can go ahead and start working on the mystery cat. So go into the mystery cat right here and get rid of this say all this stuff. Let's start by doing a switch costume to clone ID. Now add an if else in here and put the delete card on bottom. We are going to first check if the clone ID is equal to 13. So if we go ahead and look in here, 13 is the tornado cat. So we need to program the tornado cat inside of this if loop right here. Let's start by putting a particle in here. So we're going to create a particle at the X position and the Y position. The type is going to be pop and the amount is going to be 5. Now we're going to duplicate this change size by right here and go ahead and put that in a repeat 25 times and change the input here to 150 and divide it by 1.6. Then we are going to do go forward 5 layers. Next we are going to broadcast Tornado Cat, and that is going to let us shuffle all the cards. Then we are going to repeat 25 times, change X by pick random -2 to 2, and duplicate this and change the Y by pick random -2 to 2. Now we are going to change the total matches by 1, and then we're going to delete the card. Right here is where it makes the mystery cats in the beginning. So for testing purposes, let's go ahead and make it always spawn the 13th card, which is our tornado cat. So if we click on this, you can see that it does an animation, it shakes, and then it goes away and gives us some score. Now let's make it to where it actually shuffles all the cards again. So add a when I receive tornado cat right by here, add an if statement, and check the is mystery cat is equal to false to make sure that we're not going to shuffle more mystery cats. Clear the graphic effects, change size by -5, set the whirl effect to 85. Now put a set clone ID to clone ID plus 1. So what this is going to do is it's just going to shift its clone ID 1 up. That's fine for all of these cards, but say we are card 12, which is the last normal cat. If it's that card, then it's going to shift 1 up, and now it's a tornado cat, and we don't want it to turn from a normal card to a mystery cat, because that can create some bugs. What we want to happen instead is it go from 12, and then it just goes back to 1. So to do this, we need to add an if else in here, and do if the clone ID is equal to the total area divided by 2, which is 12. Then we are going to duplicate this, and instead of that, we're going to set the clone ID to 1. Now after this, we are going to repeat 5 times, go forward 5 layers, change the whirl effect by -17. We're going to turn 15 degrees, and instead of 15, we're going to do pick random -90 to 90 degrees, change X by pick random -50 to 50, and set size to pick random 80 to 120%. Last but not least, let's clear the graphic effects. And that was a lot of coding, but now we can go ahead and test it. Right here is a Tom cat, but if we go ahead and click on this mystery cat, it's going to shake, and that looks quite cool in my opinion. It kind of shakes it all around. Now this is the normal cat. Okay, so that is working properly. Now right here in this list, let's make it set the clone ID to 14. That means that it will always now create rotten fish. So now we can go ahead and program the rotten fish. So duplicate all of this and put it in the if else. Now check if the clone ID is equal to 14, which means we are the rotten fish. If it is, we're going to delete this broadcast and repeat 25 times, and then we are going to go ahead and pull a set the card X to -150, duplicate this, and set the card Y to 160. So that is down here. And we are going to do the fail block, and then do change total matches by 1, and delete this card. If we click on a mystery cat, it's the fish, and there we go. It just kind of shakes, and then it takes away 1 of our health. Now let's make it always spawn the 15th clone, which is, I can't actually remember. Oh yeah, it's Love Cat. So this one's pretty simple too. It just restores our health to full. So duplicate the 14 and change this to 15. Now take out the fail, and then just set the health to 8, and then do change total matches by 1 and delete this card. So now you should see that if we go ahead and damage ourselves, if we click on the Love Cat, it will restore our health to full already. So that is working. So last but not least, one of my favorite ones is Spy Cat. So let's set the clone ID to 16. We look, the 16th card is Spy Cat, and this is my favorite card by far, just because it's a cat with sunglasses and a suit. Duplicate this and change it to an if, because that is the very last one. And now check if it's equal to 16. Pull this out and delete these 3 cards. Next, make a new for all sprite variable called show all cards, and click enter. Now right here, we're going to set the show all cards to true. We are going to broadcast show all cards. Then we're going to wait 2.5 seconds. We are going to set the show all cards to false. Then we're going to change total matches by 1 and delete this card. So the reason we have 2 different things going on here, the variable and the broadcast, is the variable is just going to keep track of if the cards are shown or not. The broadcast will do a cool glitch effect. Start by just making it without the effect. So right here is the loop where we show it and all of that stuff. So make an if else and put that in the else. false. Now add an equals here and do if show all cards is equal to true. Then add another if else in here and check if is mystery cat is equal to false. And if it is, then we're going to switch costume to clone ID, else do nothing. Okay, let's test this out. If we wait for all these to be hidden and then click on one of these, you should see that all the cards show for 2.5 seconds, then they hide and it deletes that card. Another quick thing is I noticed that our cards are kind of tilted now, which kind of looks cool, so let's make it the same every time. So in this go to right here, point in direction 70. So now you can see that it kind of does this cool tilting when it's dealt. Okay, so now that we have the functionality working, we need to make it look nice because right now it just pops in. So go ahead and do when I receive show all cards. You can duplicate all this stuff from the tornado cat, and we're going to change size by -15. You can go ahead and pull all of this out right here and delete it, and then we're going to turn 4 degrees. We're going to repeat pick random 2 to 4 times. We're going to repeat 5 times in there. Change the pixelate effect by pick random 10 to 20. Then we're going to clear the graphic effects, and then after the repeat loop we're going to clear the graphic effects. So if we wait for these to be hidden and then we click on the spy cat, you can see there we go, they all kind of do this cool glitch effect and then show themselves. Now we can add that pick random 13 to 16 back in the set clone ID. So now every time it can be any 4 of those. Now thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. But anyway, this has been Owen, and I am out.